April 23rd, I wish to make a personal explanation to establish the relevant facts so as to remove any speculation regarding the truth of what I said. I raised the matter in the Senate and had not intended to discuss it any further. I've heard the questions, however, so while the experience was mine as a woman, as a leader in the public service, I do believe that it is appropriate that I answer the question and address the concerns raised here in this Senate. The experience that I shared, as I stated, I had not intended to speak about it publicly. It was an instinctive response to assertions that essentially imputed that politics comes before principle for me, when to the contrary, in sharing the experience, I simply wished to make the point that even where I could have taken actions at a point in time which would have been viewed by some as politically advantageous, I did not. And furthermore, that making decisions on such issues are multifaceted and often deeply personal. I had hoped that the words were phrased in a way that was sufficiently benign so that only my intended point would be taken. The irony is that the very situation which I had wanted to avoid, that is, distraction from bigger issues, has been lost in a question, or rather in discussions, of my personal credibility. So on the emails in question. In 2018, I was sent emails which caused me apprehension of harm. They were sent by a former PNP member of the Senate and were of particular concern in the context of emails which had also been circulated as far back as 2014. Those earlier emails, which had not been addressed to me, but rather other members of the Senate, referenced my public comments on a flexi-rape comment made in the Senate as, I quote, a barefaced lie, I quote, evil, and also asserting, I quote, that lying lips are an abomination. They further asked a colleague to communicate to me, but let your colleague be assured that the evil people do, the big payback is coming, mark my word. These emails, taken with certain physical gestures in the Senate, raised the concern back then to a level that had Senator Tavares Vinson, then leader of opposition business in the Senate, write to the then president of the Senate, Floyd Morris, attaching the emails and reporting the emailer's actions to the then Commissioner of Police and then Prime Minister Portia Simpson Miller. Although the president of the Senate refused to address the matter in the Senate, the author was warned by the police. I did not plan to publish the 2014 emails which were reported to the police by Senator Tavares Vinson at that time. I understand, however, that someone has shared them with a particular media house and they have written about them. These were not the emails to which I referred 3 weeks ago. I also still do not plan to publish those which I personally reported to the police in 2018. For clarity, however, the emails were sent to me on August 6, 2018 and September 23, 2018. I have decided not to release them as I am not trying to litigate the matter in the court of public opinion, having decided at the relevant time not to take the matter before the court itself. I will, however, share some details simply to support the veracity of the existence of the emails and for your understanding in the context of the threatened big payback which was to come and the odd content of the emails. I felt concerned for my safety. The title of the first was, in caps, Corruption, suspension points, Bruised Karma, largely about matters unrelated to me, but having a section about a gleeful opposition senator mercilessly calling me out for sotto voce mumblings of flexi-rape from my seat. The latter phrase indicated that the flexi-rape debacle was still a concern for this person, and he still saw me at the heart of it. The second mail was of greater concern, and more so given the paragraph from the previous one. It had the subject, in caps, rape, suspension points, real suspension point, rape, ending with the word, karma, more to come. I replied only to that email of the 23rd on the same day, advising him to cease and desist from writing to me. I also sent the emails to the police. He responded to my cease and desist request, stating that he would not write further, but in a way which gave no other comfort. He said, "The truth, in caps, is what makes you uncomfortable. Face it, in caps. You will have to live with it uncomfortably. You will never, in caps, be allowed to forget," and stated that he was, and I quote, "satisfied that my message has hit the spot." I therefore shared this response with the police. I had been on government business. I had been away on government business. Shortly after returning to Jamaica, based on their initial review of the emails, I was interviewed by members of the CIB and SISOCA who indicated that they would do their investigations. Subsequently, having been assured that the police were taking the matter seriously and noting for what it was worth that he said he would not write again and had not since, it was determined that I would take extra precautions for a while, and I advised the police that if he wrote again, I would notify them immediately for the matter to be revisited. As you would be aware, while for obvious reasons, the content of the mails were not recounted, the police have corroborated the existence of mails and their assessment that